Blasphemous! The 2D side-scrolling Metrovania of the pious and devout, of which I am neither. This should go well. Before we begin, I feel like I should go over the history me and this game have together. Oh, no, that was it. I've never played this game before. I've heard of it, and I've seen the trailers at one point or another. Ew! Ew! What is that? What even is that? But outside of that, I know nothing about this game. I've always been curious, but I've never taken the dive. But then Lord Ham went and asked for it for his Patreon rewards, so I guess we're diving in with both feet, shall we?
Because it is my guilt, I claim you grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep. Shape my guilt once again.
Okay. Confused yet? Me too! All I know is that this lady was doing the whole punish me thing, and then it turned into a sword? Oh, and that's clearly us taking it. Alright, sure, fine. We'll get an explanation later. Probably.
That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
Yep, okay, nope, definitely understood none of that. Even more confused now. Whoops, can't show that on YouTube. Well, at least we know which one we are. Following the rules of anime, I see. After waking up in your average body pile, the game teaches us the basics. Slash, dash, jump, all that jazz. Simple enough. And then we arrive at the first boss of the game. Wait, really? I mean, yeah, sure, I guess, but no warm-up enemies? Alright, as you were. Obviously, this boss isn't supposed to be hard, but it's a good introduction to the game's mechanics. First off, our weapon is a single combo, so that's good to know. Also, it appears that I can only roll through enemies at select times. I think it's when he stands up? There's no clear indicator that he's safe to dodge through, and if I touch him at the wrong time, I get hurt. Okay, not happy about that. I don't like being punished for no clear reason. Is this going to be a thing with regular enemies too? This is going to be a thing with regular enemies too. Well, that wasn't so bad. What do we get? No. No, thank you. No, come on. Come on! That's not how you moisturize, man. Pressing on, we bump into the first NPC of the game. This guy is apparently supposed to document my adventures. I think. I'll be honest, I'm officially lost and confused with the storyline here. I'm getting beaten over the head with proper nouns that consist of nothing but religious verbiage thrown together, and none of it means anything to me. Grievous miracle, cradle of affliction, mother of mothers, 3 humiliations, the rule. No explanation of what these things are. Do you think you might be overdoing it a bit with this introduction to your world? I mean, maybe it's just shit. Maybe it's just me, and maybe it'll all make sense later, but I'm officially overwhelmed. Anyway, I was able to glean a few key phrases from all of that, and I think I know where I should be going. Some sort of snow-covered mountain, a church where the sleeper lies, and whatever this amalgam of words means. Oh, and our man here gives us a thorn. What to do? Good question. No idea. Maybe this is like Dark Souls and we just need to read the description. Nope. No help there. Okay, moving on then. Finally, the meat and bones of the game. This world is definitely beautifully crafted. The pixel art looks great, the soundtrack fits the aesthetic very nicely, and the enemies look, well, they look oppressed. Which is definitely the feeling this game appears to be going for. See this guy? That's what oppression looks like. We get a few more ways to play. Apparently I have spells, so that's cool. And we can parry. Ooh, I like the parry. Parry good. Oh look, a cage baby. Alrighty then. We skip on past everything and, oh, more cutscenes. Nope, still confused. Even more confused, actually. Is this the hub? This fountain makes me think this is the hub. Kisses of wounds. That's not what you do to... You know what? You guys got this covered. I'm out. Ooh, a statue. Statues are always important.
Penitent One, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands.
And it's yelling at me in like 7 different voices. Thanks, I hate it. But what I don't hate is the fact that this is an upgrade station. Looks like we can get some variety for our sword attacks. That'll be nice. We'll have to pick and choose things as we go, but hey, at least it's not swing, 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 stab, you know? And so the journey truly begins. The map opens up, allowing us to go a few separate directions with no restrictions aside from enemy difficulty. Blasphemous doesn't hold your hand. Aside from telling you that you're looking for 3 different locations and, presumably, bosses, it's up to you to figure it out. Deciding to stick to my old gaming knowledge, I just side-scroll to the right until I find a new area. Ah, there's the Metroidvania DNA I was expecting. We've got traps, we've got platforming, we've got tricky enemy placement. All the staples are here, and they make for a challenging, but not impossible, traversal. Much like Dark Souls, you respawn at little altars, and enemies do too whenever you rest. And also like Dark Souls, there's a good amount of shortcuts scattered around the map. And since you have limited health pots, that's much appreciated. Speaking of health pots, what is up with this animation? It takes forever. We don't have time for a quick prayer, bud. This thing is trying to kill us right now. Sometimes you can sneak away to heal up, but God forbid you try to heal mid-fight. After some exploring, we stumble into a sanctuary and a large room. Oh yeah, this is a boss. This is definitely a boss. Hello there, you must be the sleeper. Well, someone woke up on the wrong side of the pew today. 10 Piedad. Oh, be merciful. Nah, I don't think I will. Or can, for that matter. This boss is a good representation of most of the bosses in the game. He's got several attacks, all of which feel pretty fair actually. You can block most of them and break others, and for the ones that you can't, Sleepy Boy here telegraphs his attacks. Good stuff. It takes a try or 3, but the game has kindly put a respawn point right next to the arena. I could talk to this NPC here who's offering me some assistance for the fight, but come on, I could do it. And we do. 1 of 3 down. Moving on. Oh, what is this? Yeah, sure, let's pray to that. That looks normal. And we're here now. What is that? Oh, thank God it's gone. What was that thing? Did anything it said have any meaning? Again, with the religious nomenclature. Oh, Penitent One, blessed by the holy adages and rescinded by the... Make sense! Make sense! I am a simple man with simple needs, and you are not meeting them. Let's move on. You've got your poison swamp / sewer, so check that off the list. And you've got your... Thank God I'm not monetized. Alright, sure. Yeah, just give me one of your boob swords. Didn't really ask for it, but sure, if you're just handing them out for free. Oh, that raises my health. Why didn't you say so? Did she say so? Actually, hold up. Can we talk about something? These things that we've been collecting, these bones, these items, why did you design your game like this? Here, look at this. Look at this page of text. All of it is quote-unquote lore, except for the last line, where it vaguely tells you what it does. And that's just this page of items. There's like 6 different pages of collectibles to go through. My main problem is that nothing really implies what I'm supposed to do with it. You just collected so-and-so's clavicle, femur, or skull. Great. Why? Oh, it goes in the collection of body parts in some random room of the map. Okay, sure, I get it now, but why was that hidden from me? Had I not found this random room, I probably would have started ignoring these bones thinking they were purely collectibles for lore purposes. And it's not just the bones. I get random collectibles all the time, and I have no idea what they're actually for. They're clearly important, but it's never obvious what I need to do with the damn things. Like look, I found basil. Basil? What do I do with basil? Well, it turns out basil is known for decreasing inflammation, apparently. But does it say that in-game? Did I know that off the top of my head? No. So here I am, running around with basil in my pocket, until I just happen to try to talk to old NPCs, and ta-da! Kisses of wounds. Basil. Okay, great! This isn't the only thing that isn't explained to the player. Things are just kind of randomly changing as the game goes on. This fountain? Yeah, it warps you to a snow-covered land now. But not the one I need. Oh no! It just leads to this statue thing here, which wants my linen cloth. Because reasons. Why do you want the cloth? Why did the fountain turn into a warp point? What are the triggers? How was I supposed to know? Why is this door open now, and what does putting my hard-earned tears into this box do? None of it feels clear to me, but it feels more like the game just expects me to comb through everything I've already done to see if there's anything else I can do. No explanations are given, just religious pretense and drawn-out drawling dialogue. To be fair to the game, it might just be me. This setting is not doing it for me. Everything is so foreboding, downtrodden, and dripping with religious imagery, and not the God is good kind either. Oh no. We're talking full-on Doctor Who Weeping Angels kind of religious imagery. Kind that makes you upset in the deeper parts of your stomach. I just can't get into this setting, which is really hampering my experience. The gameplay is pretty good, the boss battles have so far been fun, and the world and its music are gorgeous. I guess it's just a bit much for me. One thing I do appreciate is that each section has different mechanics and enemies. Keeps you on your toes, keeps things fresh. This area has some windy gulches. Mountains are windy, makes sense. I also like that you can just make a mad dash past all the enemies in hopes of collecting items or getting to new rooms. Makes the more difficult rooms less of a burden to know that I can simply run past the whole thing and still succeed. To some degree. One thing I don't like, though, is that bumping into enemies causes damage. And we're not talking chip damage. Take this lady here. I can understand taking damage from her swinging this poor person around, but why does it take away half my health bar when I dash into an unmoving bell? And it's not just her. I've noticed this with a few enemies. Some enemies you can touch, some you can't. Sometimes you can touch an enemy for a few frames, but outside of those frames, forget it. It's also inconsistent. If you want enemies to damage me on touch, then always damage me on touch. If you want temporary damage times, maybe have a mechanic that shows me when I can't touch them, like a quick flash when they're safe to dodge through, or some sort of aura, I don't know. Don't try to have your cake and eat it too. The game goes on much the same after this point. Find a boss, kill it, get smacked with a lore dump, explore the world, find another boss, kill it, get smacked with a lore dump, you get the idea. After a while, all the background scenery starts to blend together. It's just more misery and despair everywhere you look. You know how in suspense and horror media, you're supposed to give the audience a break every once in a while so you can crank up the tension again later? Well, this developer must not have known that, because we are flatlining right now. There's a few moments that stick out to me, like this cool trap moment here that caught me by surprise, and there's a couple mini-bosses sprinkled throughout that break up the rhythm of the game, but the rest is all torture, torture, torture. We get it. Shit's bad. I don't care. The NPCs are also pretty monotonous. Very Penitent One, rest thee in prayer to God and worshipeth not the false deities that sprout from— Shut up already! It's all so boring. Except this guy. This guy is great. Not because he's actually cool or anything, but because his name is the only thing that stood out to me in the last 3 hours of playing. Redento! And just wants to cross a bridge. Alright, my guy. For you. For you, I will do this. Get through the traps, beat up the game's equivalent of Medusa heads, solve some puzzles, get lost for an hour, make a sandwich, look up a map, and immediately regret that decision. What is all this? Look at this. Why is there so much garbage on this map? Eventually I get my boy Redento across the gulch. So it wasn't all for nothing. He even gives me a stone toe. Kinda weird, but I like him, so I guess I'll check. Reduced dashing speed? Redento. Best boy. Best boy. Fucking love Redento. Poor guy just wants to progress. Hey, Big Show, I feel ya, but it's a push door, not a pull. Oh, you're upset about this? That makes more sense. So yeah, you get your 3 bosses, then you push forward. You fight this guy, good fight by the way, and then push into the second half of the map. And honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about the rest of it. Fight new enemies, fight new bosses, meet NPCs that look as bad as I feel right now. Lady, stop! It hurts to even look at you! And all the while, the entire time you're walking up and down the halls and jumping over platforms, the entire time, you're picking up random, useless junk. Here you go, have this thing. Don't forget this one. Did you remember the bones? And you know, the entire time, I held out hope and thought that I just had found a bummer of an item or two as far as descriptions and uses go. Like, maybe the guy who designed the first few items was just really invested in the lore. But later on, they realized what a mistake that was. Nope, all lore. All vague as shit. Useless. You know what's worse? I got stuck. I got to the second to last area of the game, where I very clearly just need to go up, and I can't for the life of me figure out how. I found a mask, and I put it on this elevator, you know, as you do, and it goes up a floor. Okay, cool, got it. 3 faces, 3 masks, I get it. But after finding 2 masks, I can't find any more. Nothing. The entire floor, you know, the one I just unlocked with the last mask, and where it would make sense to put the next one behind some challenges, has nothing. There's this prison area over here, which needs a bunch of keys I don't have, but a little Googling shows me that the key is sold by an NPC merchant. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's an NPC merchant who might as well be doing the Dark Souls laugh every time you ask her about her items. Anyway, buy the key? Okay. Find another key? Okay. Search some cells, fight more enemies, get another key. Okay. Listen? What are we doing right now? You're just having me go in and out of doors in random order and wasting my time? Why? What's the difference between either A, having me go into a series of escalating challenges, or B, having me wander in circles trying to figure out exactly which challenges I'm supposed to be doing? Answer 2 hours! And you know what the most frustrating part is? I wasn't supposed to be doing any of this. I beat up a boss, and oh look, Loreman is here, that's a good sign. What do I win? Oh, another fucking key. To the high peaks? Wasn't I there already? Oh, okay, it's a cable car. Okay, up is good. Nope, wrong side of the map. Why? Why is this a shortcut, and why are you giving it to me? Why do I need to go back here? I already unlocked the ability to warp between altars. I don't need this. At this point, I started following every loose end I came across. Giant hair egg wants offerings? Sure, fuck it, let's just give it some offerings. Oh good, it hatched. Oh god, just give me the thing. Okay, take the thing, put it somewhere else, leave, come back, get a new thing, put that somewhere else, And now you can use special platforms. Great, awesome, can't wait to progress. Nope, just another boob sword. Oh, I can smash these statues now. What? Is this DLC? Why are there endurance challenges now? Why is my thorn blooming? Who is this lady? Why am I doing timed hardcore parkour? What is any of this? So yeah, long story short, none of that was necessary. I was simply missing a single room. A single room that led to a boss. And that boss gave me a mask. And that mask moved the elevator. Why is this mask here? This isn't anywhere near the elevator. None of this would have been necessary if I knew what the fuck things did. Why do you even have item descriptions if you're just gonna appreciate me with them? The game kinda shits the bed at the end too. You got this lady here. She's alright. But then the final boss pops up and wow, I sure do a lot of damage. Sure hope you don't have multiple phases. Oh, you do? Who'd have guessed? Oh yeah, you're much more of a final boss. Oh, okay, I died. Okay, no worries, I'll just... Did you just nameless king me? You're gonna nameless king me. With dialogue, no less? So yeah, every time you die, you do the whole thing over. The dialogue, the cutscene, the first phase, all of it. Thank God this last boss isn't hard to figure out, or I would have been fucking livid. Alright, finally, now I swear to Christ, if you have a third phase, I will... Oh, no, wait, he's dead. Okay, good. Can we just be done? Yeah, miracles and worthiness and all that. Just let me climb your damn mountain of ash. What's happening here? Am I supposed to be disappearing behind the foreground? Oh, I'm not worthy. Thank God, can we be honest? This game, I didn't like it. Which is a real shame, because there's some really solid stuff here. The aesthetic is great, the enemies are fine, most of the bosses are a good time. The combat is inconsistent, but at least they give you a little variety to work with. Hell, I probably would have had a better time if I'd gone on my way to find all the prayers and upgrades. But I didn't want to. And that's the problem. I didn't want to run around the map looking for all the hidden walls. I didn't want to find the new upgrades that would let me re-explore old areas. I didn't want to play this goddamn game any more than I had to. And yet somehow, despite that, I have an 80% clear rate. Why? Because I didn't know where to go! So much time wasted trying things that didn't matter to me. So much futility, so many hours spent forcing my way through a brick wall just to find out that my princess was in another fucking monastery. This game has so much potential, and I can't be bothered to play it. Because if your game's mechanics don't feel good, and if you don't explain what things do, or why they're even important to me, why should I care? Certainly not for this nonsense, I can tell you that. Shoving lore down my throat and expecting that to be the only thing that drives me forward is not good game design. I don't care if it's a metaphor for blind faith. I came here to have fun. To escape. Not to remember my own mortality. Fuck. Oh hey, a new skin. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. It's the first time I've actually lived up to my channel name and knocked out a piece of my backlog. And no, the Castlevania video doesn't count, and never mention that to me again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This style of video game review is new to me, and I'd love to hear if you like the way it was done, or if parts of it can be improved. Helpful criticism is always appreciated. Thanks again to Lord Ham for patronizing me and requesting this video. I may not have sounded like I enjoyed it, but it was a nice change of pace, and I'm glad that I gave the game a chance. I'll probably pick it up again in the future, but I feel like I need to learn why other people like the game before I do. Probably just missing something glaringly obvious. Also, a big shout out to the rest of my patrons. Lord Ham, Drum Smasher, Wilhelm, Jeffrey Zephyr, and Longeth Dave. Thanks to you, I have finally been able to put down money necessary for a graphics card that actually came out in the past few years. Still on back order though, but hey, we might be able to play games that came out this year by next year, so that's neat. If you're new here, a like and subscribe go a long way, and as always, the social links, including the Discord where you can vote for upcoming videos, are in the description down below. And that's it. Take care of yourselves, don't forget to go to church on Easter and Christmas, and I'll see you all soon.